What if the scariest thing you could possibly do isn't failing a job interview, getting rejected, or speaking in public, but finally becoming the person you were meant to be? Martin Heidegger, one of philosophy's most famous thinkers on anxiety, argued that most of us run away from our true selves every single day. Let's be real, authentic living usually sounds like something you'd find on an expensive tote bag. But Heidegger isn't selling a lifestyle brand. He's talking about that gut-wrenching moment you realize you could choose a life that is truly yours, not the prepackaged one handed to you by your family, social media algorithms, or popular opinion. And here's the twist. That much freedom feels like standing on a cliff edge with no safety rail. So naturally, we'd rather just keep scrolling. Today, we'll explore why the fear of living an authentic life can paralyze us, how the internet amplifies that fear, and how you can start building a more owned existence, no cabin in the woods required. Heidegger described this autopilot mode of living as das Man, or the they. It isn't some secret group controlling things. It's the general consensus that dictates what's normal, what's cool, and what you should want. The they does the thinking for you, and in return, you get the comfort of fitting in. You get to be someone without the hard work of choosing who that is. Have you ever posted something online, then deleted and reposted it at a better time for more engagement? That's the they steering your decisions. Authenticity means taking the wheel, even when you have no map. This is where anxiety kicks in, not as panic, but as the dizzying feeling of, what if I choose wrong? What if I'm no one without the approval of others? Most of us would rather stay lost in the crowd than face that uncertainty. Now let's add smartphones into the mix. Heidegger warned that technology isn't just a neutral tool. It's a frame that changes how we see the world, turning everything, including ourselves, into a resource to be used. He called this standing reserve. Your Instagram doesn't just share your brunch photo. It turns your weekend into content, your experiences into data points, and your attention into profit. Every swipe and tap is a small transaction where you trade a genuine, unfiltered moment for a neatly packaged one. The they now includes hundreds of strangers judging your life through likes and shares. In the past, authenticity might have meant disappointing your parents. Today, it means risking the disapproval of your entire feed. It's no surprise we prefer to curate a fake realness instead of exploring our actual messy selves. Heidegger offers a radical new way to look at anxiety. He argues that it isn't a malfunction, it's a signal. It's the moment the simulation flickers and you catch a glimpse of the raw reality of your own existence. That familiar knot in your stomach on a Sunday evening? That might not be just stress. It could be your own life asking, are you really going to live on autopilot for another week? The common advice is to numb it, meditate, distract yourself, or just push through. Heidegger says to listen to it instead. That feeling is a compass pointing toward what truly matters to you. If you silence it with another Netflix binge, you also silence your own power to choose a different path. Anxiety is the price of admission for an authentic life. The simple version, you are going to die. Heidegger called this concept being toward death, but it's not as morbid as it sounds. In fact, you can think of it as the ultimate clarity hack. Nothing cuts through the trivial distractions of daily life like remembering your time is limited. Most of us treat death like a distant event that happens to other people. An authentic life, however, requires bringing that reality front and center and asking, since my time will end, is the life I'm living right now truly my own? You don't need a near-death experience for this. You just need a near-life one, a few quiet moments to consider your own finitude without immediately reaching for your phone. Confronting mortality is scary, but it's also liberating. It makes the opinions of the they seem far less important. So, how do you actually practice authenticity when our world is designed for distraction? Start with small, manageable steps. First, create moments of stillness. Set aside 10 minutes a day with no phone, no music, no tasks. Just sit. This detox from constant input allows your own thoughts and desires to surface. Second, check your motivation. Before you post or share something, ask yourself, would I still value this experience if no one else saw it? If the answer is yes, you're on the right track. Third, curate your inputs. Unfollow accounts that make you feel like you're just a consumer or a product. Follow creators and thinkers who challenge you to reflect and grow. Fourth, practice single tasking. Try to do one thing at a time with your full attention, whether it's washing a dish or writing an email. Heidegger admired how a craftsman becomes one with his tool. You can find that same focus, even in simple, everyday actions. Last but not least, keep an anxiety journal. Don't write in it to get rid of anxiety, but to understand it. Note when it appears. Those moments are often clues, pointing you toward the parts of your life you've allowed others to control. Maya is a brand designer. 2 years ago, her mornings were a blur of automated efficiency, a business podcast while she brushed her teeth, scrolling Instagram while she made toast, and a curated Spotify playlist for her walk to work. She was productive, but she felt like she was disappearing. One day, she tried the stillness experiment. After a few minutes of quiet, she was hit with a powerful realization. She hated designing for her fast fashion clients. The anxiety that followed was intense. Her entire career was built around them. But the feeling was also clarifying. Over the next 6 months, she reduced her client hours, built up some savings, and started pitching her services to eco-friendly startups she actually believed in. Her income dipped for a while, but her sense of purpose grew. A colleague recently called her brave. Maya just said, "I'm just finally scared in the right direction." That's authenticity, not a particular look or vibe, but a series of deliberate choices that trade external validation for internal alignment. If any of this is resonating with you, hit subscribe. We'll continue to explore practical philosophy, from Stoic remedies for burnout to Albert Camus' thoughts on getting through a Monday. A new video drops every 2 weeks. Unlimited freedom can be paralyzing. Heidegger understood this. Standing before a sea of infinite life possibilities can feel overwhelming. So we often grab pre-made templates, a specific career path, a traditional relationship model, a certain social status, anything to make the choice feel easier. Authenticity doesn't mean you have to reject every template. It means you choose them consciously and for your own reasons. You might keep the 9-to-5 job, but now it's a project you've chosen, not a prison you're stuck in. Paradoxically, choosing your own limits can make you feel freer than pretending you have no limits at all. Think of it like jazz. Musicians accept the structure of rhythm and a key, and within that framework, they improvise freely. An authentic life works the same way. The goal isn't a life with no rules, but finding the right balance of structure and freedom so your life becomes your own unique solo. But does living authentically mean you have to do it all alone? Not at all. Heidegger said we are always being with other people. The real question is how. Inauthentic community demands conformity. You have to like the right things, use the right slang, and echo the right opinions to belong. Authentic community, on the other hand, invites you to show up exactly as you are, and it encourages others to do the same. Online, this could mean finding small, niche groups where genuine connection is valued more than going viral. Offline, it could be a book club where you actually talk about your lives. Here's a simple test. Can you disagree with a group without feeling like you'll be cast out? If the answer is yes, you've likely found a place where authenticity can thrive. Some might ask, isn't this what therapy is for? And the answer is partly. Traditional therapy often aims to treat anxiety as a problem to be solved, while Heidegger's philosophy, a type of phenomenology, treats anxiety as a teacher to be understood. When you combine them, you get something incredibly powerful. Therapy can help you build the strength to function, while philosophy can help you find the clarity to live honestly. If your therapy sessions never touch on why you feel the need to have 12 side hustles or why you avoid people who seem to like the real you, you might only be polishing your public self, not exploring your true one. The worlds of clinical psychology and existential philosophy have more in common than you might think. The goal is to heal enough to be able to choose, and then to choose enough to truly live. The deep-seated fear, then, isn't that you'll fail at life. It's that you might succeed at becoming your true self and have no one left to blame for your choices but you. Heidegger never promised that an authentic life would feel easy or even pleasant. He promised it would feel real. In a world engineered to capture our attention and sell it back to us, choosing to live by your own values is a quiet act of revolution. So start small. Embrace a moment of boredom. Seek a little silence. Make one small decision that is completely your own. The noise of the day will be loud, but that anxiety you feel is just the price of entry. Pay it, walk past the velvet rope, and you may find that the life you were always scared to want has been waiting for you all along. If this video brought you some clarity, or even some productive chaos, let me know in the comments one small, authentic action you're going to try this week. Hit the like button if you made it through without multitasking, and I will see you in the next one.